Hi everyone, this week we are discussing informed consent. I chose to examine an informed consent form for a business within my state. They are actually located in Charleston, West Virginia, which is the capital of our state, and the name of the agency is the Counseling Connection. They break their informed consent form into 4 sections. It begins with basic rules that will be followed by the facility, including confidentiality, communication, and other basic requirements regarding the counselor-client relationship. It talks about how therapy works and what is expected of the client. The third section, and the one that I found the most interesting, was the different types of therapy that they provide there. They listed choice theory, reality therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, person-centered therapy, play therapy for children, and strategic family therapy. And the final section provides a list of counselors who practice there along with their credentials and preferred methods of therapy. Now, while I was examining it, I found that the Counseling Connection hit pretty much every requirement. They examined purpose, goals, techniques, risks, and all the other areas listed in the ACA Informed Consent section. Now, one thing that I found very interesting was the risk section in the informed consent form. And I'm going to read you a little excerpt from that. It says, "No one can guarantee that counseling therapy will produce certain results. There are some risks associated with counseling. For example, you may discover things about yourself that are uncomfortable. Sometimes relationships change as a result of counseling. If you are discussing a traumatic event with your counselor, sometimes the feelings get more intense. We can assure you that your counselor will use his or her professional skills to the best of his or her abilities to address your concerns and help manage possible risks." And I thought that was really, really important because oftentimes you, as a counselor, will be working with people who are new to therapy and they don't really understand all the ugliness that comes along with that, all the weeding out. And oftentimes you have to break things and you have to break certain relationships in order to put your lives back together. And lastly, I found that the state of West Virginia, they simply adhere to the ACA Code of Ethics. When you go to their website, they say that they coincide with the ACA Code of Ethics. But I did find an ethical code of conduct for West Virginia Certification Board for Addiction Professionals, which is the field that I'm currently pursuing. So I did take a look at that. And one thing that I appreciated in this document was Principle 5, which states that an addiction professional understands the significance of the role that ethnicity and culture plays in an individual's perceptions and how he or she lives in the world. Now, culture is listed in the ACA Code of Ethics Informed Consent section. It is not, however, addressed in the consent form that I found from the Counseling Connection. So one question that came to me whenever I was examining all 3 documents was, should all informed consent forms contain information about ethnicity, or should that just be case-based? Is that something that you have in the conversation when you're going over the informed consent form, or do you add it in there regardless of what kind of client that you're working on? So I would love for my peers and for my professor to kind of touch on that, see what you guys think. A lot of you are from different areas than I am. I am stuck in a mainly white country secluded area, so we don't come in contact with a lot of different ethnicities apart from the people who attend the college nearby. So I would love to know how you guys feel about that. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Thanks.